This is where the man who many affectionately called Skern spent part of his career. And I want to show you right now what it looks like. There are 3 flags at half-mast right now, and below those flags are tiny blue flags wrapped around those flagpoles. Those are in honor of Detective Skernivitz. Now we want to show you one of the more poignant moments of the day. This is a look inside the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse as Detective Skirnovitz's wife, Kristen, was presented the flag that draped his casket all morning. Now this was one of the more emotional moments as she accepted that folded flag, bowing her head for a few moments. The two had been married for 23 years. That's a year longer than his police career. Detective Skirnovitz also leaves behind 3 children in their late teens and early 20s. We're talking 2 sons and a daughter. And joining me now is News 5's Jordan Vandenberg. He was there for these services, and you stood outside of the field house today. Tell me, what did it feel like today?
You know, it was oddly quiet for being right in the heart of downtown. I mean, there were hundreds, if not thousands, of police officers, first responders, EMTs, firefighters, federal agents were also down there, all trying to pay their respects to Detective James Skirnovitz. And there were a lot of touching moments at the hour-long ceremony this morning. And for 22 years, Detective James Skirnovitz served the city of Cleveland. This place is his hometown, and he simply wanted to make it a safer place. He took on every challenge, every responsibility, every new job that the department threw his way. But his greatest responsibility and his greatest joy was being a father and being a husband. A city isn't defined by the challenges it faces, but instead, the people who respond to them.
We're all here for one reason. One man, and that is James Skirnovitz.
Detective James Skirnovitz absolutely loved being a policeman.
He was a policeman's policeman. He lived his life that way.
He did it for 22 years, not for the thrill of the job, but for the difference he could make.
What he did out there for our city was to try to lift not individuals, not neighborhoods, not groups, but an entire city to a higher, more noble life.
Those who knew him best say Detective Skirnovitz accepted every challenge and reveled in each responsibility. The gang impact unit he was a part of fortified the city against violent crime. That dedication to service above oneself put him undercover, and that dedication to fraternity and family is what his wife remembers most.
My God, did it sting. But in the midst of all that misery, the sting was soothed, recalling Jim's love for his family and friends, love for his brothers and sisters in blue, and love for the career he never wanted to leave.
Skirnovitz's wife, Kristen, wrote the eulogy, and his close friend, Brecksville Police Sergeant Mike Bowman, read it straight from the heart.
I don't think such a thing exists as the right way to die, but because of Jim, I sure know the right way to live. Jim used to playfully ask, "How much do you love me?" And my response was always, "Tons and tons, baby. Tons and tons." And so they said goodbye to the man they called Skern, a husband, a father of 3.
Badge number 2249 will always live in the hearts and minds of the people in this city.
This city, his city, undoubtedly faces challenges, but on this day, we can show our gratitude for those willing to answer them. And Detective James Skirnovitz is survived by his wife, he's survived by his 3 children, he's survived by his brother, and he's survived by every member of the Cleveland Division of Police. Courtney, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Jordan. And before the funeral even got started, there was an outpouring of support for the detective. First responders from Cleveland and all across Northeast Ohio, they lined the route from the funeral home to Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse today to pay their respects. But it goes far beyond that because the tributes are citywide. This is a look at Edgewater Park, where hundreds of flags are now standing to honor American heroes. One of those flags dedicated to Detective Skirnovitz. That display will be in place until September 13th. It also includes a 10-foot standalone American flag that's flying at half-mast for Detective Skirnovitz. Now, the Cleveland Police Foundation set up a special campaign for Detective Skirnovitz and Nicholas Sabo. That's the officer who took his own life just hours after Skirnovitz was killed. And we do know that you can donate to the foundation's Heroes Fund. That fund sends money directly to the officers' families to help with things like educational expenses for their children.
The way the community is responding, would $5,000 be nice? Yes, maybe even more. But I can tell you, I know the Skirnovitz and Szabo families will be greatly appreciative of everything or anything the community can do.
Now, if you'd like to donate to the Heroes Fund, we have a link to the Cleveland Police Foundation's website right now on our website. Just go to news5cleveland.com, and of course you can always download our News 5 app if you don't already have it on your phone. You can also find video of the entire service for Detective Skirnovitz along with all of our coverage today. That's also on our News 5 app and our website, news5cleveland.com. Rob, we'll send it back to you right now.